Oh, what's going on? It's me. It's Catlin, back with quick thoughts video while I try to diagnose my PC that has decided to take a crap, and it's real unfortunate. Here we go. Anywho, I so real quick, I've been reading Dresden since probably 2006, 7. Whenever I started reading, I was still in high school, maybe junior, senior, and I continued to read them through my younger 20s, and then around the time that I started dating my now wife, I decided to reread them because at the time there were rumors that the next Dresden book was going to come out. It ended up being not a Dresden book, but the Aeronauts book. I also read that at one point. I don't remember. I remember I liked it. I hated it. I don't remember. Has he written any more for them? I don't know. I don't know. Motherfucker. This fucking computer. Anywho. And no, I don't have a reformatting thing. Don't have it. Don't know where it's at. So anywho, when when Peace Talks was coming out, I was like, cool. If I were still interested in it, and I've slowly been reading, just picking it up. Like I pick up a Reacher book, like I just pick it up, and I'm like, all right, I'll get through this real quick. And I notice now that I'm in like my mid 30s, the quippiness from him, I'm not sure that I like anymore. Anywho, let's just get back. Peace Talks. Is it good? Yes, it's good. Is it a good Dresden book? That's for you. I thought this book was pretty meh for a Dresden book. I don't know where I stand with it. I think the big problem with it was, and I get why it's this way. It's because there was such a huge gap in between the previous book, Skinwalker, something. Anywho, we ain't got a USB. We do have a network connection. Oh, let's do this. Haha. We'll try that. Anywho, I think so. The problem I have with this book is probably by design, because there was such a huge gap in between the previous book and this book. Whatever the last book was, something with maybe skin in it. This book is very much like. We're gonna start. We're with Thomas, and now we're gonna be with Maggie. Now we're gonna bump into Ebenezer. Now we're gonna bump into Butters. Now we're gonna bump into Murphy. Now we're gonna bump into him. Now we're gonna bump into him. And we're literally gonna go down the huge catalog of big names. Which I get. There's a purpose behind it, right? Like if you haven't kept up with Dresden in a while, it's good. It's a good refresher to get the names back in. They give references to past books. That all makes sense, and that's all good and fine. The problem is by the time you get through all the characters, which I didn't have a problem with, it was just like, you know, by the time you get through it, and then there's reference to Peace Talks, and you're like, all right, can we just move? Can we just get to there? I'm in a rush, I guess. And maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it at this point. I don't know. I'm sure if I read Battlegrounds, this book would make vastly more sense, because it feels like something Jim Butcher probably wrote all as one big thing, and the publisher or him probably decided to split it in half for 2 books, because if they split it into 2 books, then it's about the same size as a average Dresden book, right? You know, but and then the how do I explain this without? There's a life and death thing happening towards the end of the book, dude. And Murphy, who's basically, I don't want to tell you that either because that's a spoiler. Let's just say Murphy's about to go full-fledged like crazy. and she's got a grenade. That's it. And she's like, I'm gonna fucking murder some people, dude. And then Dresden makes a comment. Man, literally, he's like, "Oh, that makes me hot or horny or something like that." I was like, I get that he's quippy and he likes that and it's like that, but sometimes Jim writes them at the weirdest times where I'm like, I don't know if that's the kind of moment where I'd do that, but whatever. I don't know. This book was okay for me for a Dresden book. I think next month I'll probably read Battlegrounds, and I'm sure once I read Battlegrounds, I will like it. This book, Peace Talks, will make sense, and then we can all move on. I also feel like I should start making these like a weekly update thing. Like, well, what am I reading? What will I be reading? Because I'll tell you right now what I'm reading. Right now I'm reading... I forgot what I'm reading because my brain doesn't work. It's a horror book. I almost said Floating Staircase by Ronald Malfi, but I'm not reading that yet. I'm reading Staircase in the Woods by a guy. Because I don't learn authors' names. But I'm reading it by a guy. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling. It's interesting enough, but I'm struggling. It's hard to top the top ones when it comes to horror and doing it right with like kids and teenagers and this and that, and I'm just struggling. I'm gonna get through it though. Probably sometime this week. All right, that's gonna do it. I gotta go. No one's gonna watch this for 7 minutes. I gotta go. I gotta go. This computer is being a turd, so I gotta go. Thanks, guys, who watched this, or people. Bye.